Hello and welcome to HypeTrain. Now, I played the demo of this earlier in the year and said that when it came available I would purchase it. So I have. I've been playing it for a bit, as you can see. I'm going to start a new game.
Sometimes the spirit of adventure beckons so much it's pointless to resist it. Some people find enough courage to get on a train and head off into outer space. No. Also no. Wrong again. These are all wrong stories. Ah, there it is, the forest. This train was passing through impenetrable, dense forests. However, that was not an aimless journey, but a long way up here, right into the heart of the endless snowy nowhere. A perfect place for those who prefer tranquility, silence, and minus 45 degrees outside the window. Meet the man who made off into this palace of silence, the engineer. He'll be here on watch duty for many long and cold months, until the next lucky guy strides in to replace him. If one comes through at all, of course. But there's no need to feel sorry for him. Although the terrain is wild, there's plenty to see and do around here, especially if you're curious enough. Fortunately for my story, engineers are almost always inquisitive and attentive. These people notice things that elude the average person. And everything would have been fine in this adventure if the blizzard had not started at the wrong time. The chilly wind blew the engineer off the trail, which he immediately lost sight of. His fingers instantly turned into ice like everything else around him. The last hope of salvation, a map of the terrain, treacherously slipped out of his hands. Luckily, the video's timing didn't allow the engineer to suffer for long. All of a sudden, in the middle of snowy nowhere, it appeared. A door to... Where to, by the way? The building didn't seem to be on the engineer's maps. Anybody home? This is how it all usually starts. In that strange hut, there was nothing. No people, no warmth, only darkness.
No warmth. What about the fire? Yeah, I've seen all that before. Thank you. As I said, what about fire? See, it's warm in my hands. That's the third time I've seen that intro. And to be honest with you, apart from the fact you arrive here, I'm not really sure what the relevance is. But I suppose every story has to have an intro. Right, what am I supposed to be looking at? Oh, right, this.
If I were you, I'd look for a key. Or something that looks like a key. Maybe just something heavy. Well, I don't think that's going to help.
I don't know. Could melt some snow on the fire and get some water.
A heavy, blunt object. Gotta grab it.
No, it doesn't go there. Yeah, it goes there. Hey, told you. As I always said, yeah, I've played the demo of this game, and I said when it came on offer I would buy it, so I have, as it came on offer.
I'm afraid there's nothing left to fix with a hammer. Any other ideas?
I'm hoping that later on, Seekin will join me. That's if I can convince him to buy this game. If not, for the time being, I'll carry on my own.
Oh, and so my glorious hero, having passed all the hardships of his watch, finally obtains a light in order to notice something strange on the table?
It's a switch. There's nothing else for me to do here, is there? That gives you a clue. In case you haven't seen this game before. It's not what you would call the usual type of game. But I do quite like it, I must admit. So let's start.
You all right? Oh, you're finally awake. A typical day on watch, huh? Well, this might come in handy.
You can read that if you like. I've already read it a couple of times, so up to you. I need resources. Oh, that's not fair. That's just out of reach. I suppose I can go backwards and get it. Yeah. I need that. Open the diary. Okay.
Of course. Such an inventive mind wouldn't have any trouble figuring out the mechanism of a simple trolley.
No, you're right. I would. I've done it before.
Well, pretty much. Try pulling the other lever.
Not yet. Not yet. Well, I think that's all the resources in the immediate area.
All right now. Just slowly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pretty slow because yeah, I can speed it up with that. I know. I want to collect as much stuff as I can because it is going to be necessary. So, oh, I missed stuff. I'm not paying attention, you've gone past stuff, and at the moment every bit of resource is going to be extremely helpful. Anything else I've missed? No? Okay. Yeah, I know. Speed up, I do.
That's a useful book you've picked up. Is the author some kind of scientist? Or inventor? I hope he's not too upset that we stole his train. That was awkward.
So you can see from the thing on the right hand side that you can open the build menu by pressing B. You can press T to select your hammer. Oops, didn't want to do that. So, for example, you can select the book or the hammer, you can open your book. And it wants me to build a research table, which I need 6 scrap metal and 3 wood. So I've got enough resources to do that. But I need more than that. Or a lot more. So most of this game actually, I'm going to be collecting a lot of stuff, so it's going to be relatively slow progress to start with. You can kill these things, whatever they are. Sometimes you get resources, i.e. leather or fat from them, but sometimes you get nothing. And in this case I've got nothing. These things explode. They don't seem to do you any real damage. Other than to be quite annoying. They stop you getting where you want to go. Again, you can read that if you want to. So I've got ice, which I can use to get my health back up. As you can see down here, I've also got organics, which I can eat. They're better being cooked than raw. I don't have a what's it is, a cooker. Right, so it wants me to build a research table, which is here. So I've got enough to do that. I'm going to place it up here. To place it in these. What? Oh, it's because that body's there, is it? Okay. Research the smelter technology. Got the resources to do that. So now it wants me to build a smelter. I've got just enough resources to do that. So where shall I place it? It will go just there. Might not be a particularly good location to put it, but it's going to go there for time. You can always move these things later on, although it does cost resources to move them. Please note that certain workbenches may require fuel at certain great times. To do so, yeah, I know. You can read that again if you want to. I've already read it a couple of times. Basically what it's saying is that they require fuel, and you can select a fuel from this menu. So I'll smelt iron bar and pick it up. Okay, so I'll put some wood in there. Give me the 2 of them, some scrap metal. I don't have enough scrap metal. Okay, so I need to get some more scrap metal. these things, whatever they call, push you away like that. Now that's enough scrap metal to do what I need to do. Let it roll forward a bit more and collect a bit more yet. They're annoying, those things. In my previous playthroughs, i.e. the demo and the game that I started before I started this one, wood was an issue. You do require quite a lot of it to start smelting stuff. And it does seem to be at a premium, especially in the early stages where you don't have an alternative, i.e. something like coal, or you can actually use fat. And that's a very inefficient way of doing it, as we'll probably find out later on. So my tendency up to now is every time I see wood is to collect it as much as possible. Right, so it wanted me to smelt an iron bar, which takes 2 scrap metal. So I've got enough to do 4 and a bit here. I won't produce, probably won't have to produce a couple bars soon, so let's produce what they want us to at the moment. Research and build container 1. That requires 1 wood, 1 iron bar, which I've just smelted, so that was all my resources. I've got to build it now, have I? Okay, have I got enough materials to actually build it? No, I don't. I need 2 wood and an iron bar. Which probably means I'm going to need more wood to go in there, because I can try it. Let's try it. That's the iron bar done. Those things can be a pain in the neck. Can't quite reach that one. I'll get it from this angle. No, just out of reach. Right, let's build this container then, shall we? You can go in there. I've got 16 scrap metal and 6 wood. I need to consume some ice to keep my strength up. Right, so I need workbench 1, which is 1 wood, 1 iron bar. Okay, so let's produce an iron bar. Produce 2 actually. I'm being a bit cautious because of the amount of wood I've got. I said very often wood is the limiting factor of what you can produce at the beginning of the game. Nice looking game. See? There's a bit of wood I've missed there. I can't go back because these will stop me from going backwards too far. I'm pretty sure that's going to be out of reach now. Oh well. Right, so workbench 1. Sounds like a whale song almost, doesn't it? See, got fire at that one. Workbench 1 requires another iron bar. Complete technology stage 2. So I need to produce a copper bar. It's required to produce copper wire. As you can see, copper wire requires 1 scrap metal, 1 chemical. Requires 1 copper bar. There we go. Research and build lab 1. So there are other things you can produce here, like fluorite. There's none on the first one, but there is on the second one, which would take a copper bar to research, and then also you need to make stuff to make it. What's that? Stash 1 box upgrade, 1 inventory to all containers, right? So we need 1 spring, 1 bundle of copper wire, and 1 wood. So to produce 1 spring we need an iron bar. To produce 1 of these we need a copper bar. We need 1 of each, okay. wood. Which means I need to find more. I told you that every time I want to collect wood, you need to, because it is probably the deciding factor of what you can produce at the beginning of the game. Or at least in the games that I played, that's what I've found. I've got some more fuel for the furnace, smelter. What else was it I need? I've forgotten now. So I've got copper and iron bar. I need a spring. And I need one of these, I think.